The Patriots had one of the most impressive off seasons that we've seen so far in the NFL. And many players on this roster are set to have a breakout year. Well, on today's show on Patriots Today, we're going to be talking about 4 players that I think could have a breakout season. And I'm really looking forward to this year. And I think you guys know the number one player that we're going to be talking about that's going to have a breakout year. And do I even have to say it? It's the quarterback, Mr. Drake Maye. He looked absolutely incredible throughout the entire 2024 season, and he only played 13 games. This year we get to see him for a full 17. And in those 13 games, I mean, solid stats for a rookie. Completion percentage, that might be a bad number, 6.6. Let's move past that, Drake Maye, but 2,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. Yeah, he had a couple interceptions, but rookies always throw interceptions. You know, Peyton Manning, that loser, had over 25 in his first year. And then the big time throws, that was the one thing that I really enjoyed that I saw. But it's a breakout year coming for Drake Maye. 17 games, a much improved offensive line and wide receiver core. You add Kyle Williams, you add Stefon Diggs, you still have Pop Douglas. And the number one thing, which could be a little concerning, but I don't think it's going to be, and it's going from Alex Van Pelt, who was terrible, he didn't know how to call plays whatsoever, to Josh McDaniels, who got to play under the GOAT for how many years? I know Josh McDaniels hasn't had success with being a head coach, but offensively, as an offensive coordinator, he knows offenses, and I think Drake Maye is going to really benefit. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make just in his second year kind of going to learning a completely new offense, but second year, it's not like, hey, 5 years down the line, we're just throwing a new offense at you. You get ready. And I think this is truly the time for Drake Maye to establish himself. Honestly, I think the NFL quarterback play is at an all-time low. It is really, really easy for Drake Maye to go out there and throw for 3,500, 4,000 yards. I mean, the sports books, DraftKings, they only listed at him at 19 and a half touchdowns. He had 15 in 13 games. You're telling me in 17 he can't throw 5 more? This is his time to establish himself. And when you look at what the Patriots did in the offseason, they improved the offensive line. They got him more weapons. He was one of the most pressured quarterbacks in the league. It felt like every single time he was dropping back, look out. And that it's a great thing that he can use plays with his legs. I remember specifically the first game he came in against the Jets, you're like, all right, this kid's looking really good. And then he just gets hammered. And you're like, oh, this offensive line, man, you got to improve it. I have a picture. Now, this is from just about November. And if you look at the bottom right, it is first-year rookie quarterbacks drop back EPA and team pass protection. You look at Drake Maye all the way on the right. He's further than everybody because why? Your team pass blocking grade was absolutely terrible. And producer Moose, I have an also picture on there that I want you to show up. And it's called just a little bit below Pat's O-line. And this picture just makes me laugh every single time. Thank you, sir. Look, this is a defense. You don't have 2 people rushing the quarterback. They're faced the opposite way. You improve this offensive line completely. And I think as Drake Maye has time to throw the ball, it's going to help him tremendously. And I also think that you're going to see a lot of offense because of that Josh McDaniels type system. We know all about what Josh McDaniels loves to do. Hey, I'm going to check the ball down to you. I'm going to check the ball down to you. Little 3 dink and dunk plays. And that's why we're going to get to my later breakout candidate, which is one slot receiver. Wink, wink, nod, nod. It's not the rookie. But McDaniels' offense emphasizes passing. And we're going to see Drake Maye, not only, what I would like to see them implement is a little bit of RPO, especially with Travion Henderson coming aboard. You can easily fake the handoff, go right back to him. Go right back to across the middle, whether it's to Hunter Henry, whether it's to Pop Douglas. And when Diggs comes back, I really think that if they implement the RPO, Drake Maye is going to succeed, and he can use play with his legs just as much as any quarterback in this league. Before we get into our next breakout candidate, We hit 26,000 subscribers. Shout out to all of you Real One Patriots fans out there. And I got the next goal for us. Why not go to 27K? Hell, it's the off season. We're going to be bringing videos to you every day. We can hit 30,000 before training camp. Let's make that an absolute goal. Make sure to hit that big red subscribe button and subscribe to Patriots Today. All right, my next breakout candidate. And I think this is going to be a very, very interesting season for Marcus Jones. And why? Because, well, Marcus Jones in 2023, he didn't play at all. He was hurt the whole entire season. 2024, he had a career high in snaps. He had a career high in PFF grades and solid year. Playing the slot corner, 58 tackles, only 1 interception, but 10 pass breakups. 10 pass breakups at 5'8" is absolutely crazy. That shows just how athletic this player is. And Jones, honestly, he's the biggest athlete on this team, and he's the most versatile athlete. And when he's healthy, he can be an absolute weapon. And what I mean by that is we saw back a couple years ago when he first came into the league. He could play both sides of the ball. He could play both sides, all 3 sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams. And he was really impressive, an absolute speed demon. I was at that game against the Bills on Thursday Night Football. That's when I found out who Marcus Jones was. And I bet my first touchdown bets. I was like, ooh, I'm going to get this one. It's going to be a Drake Maye rushing. I see Marcus Jones go down the line on I think it was a swing route. And I'm like, who the hell is this speed demon? Ran right past the Buffalo Bills defense. Now his stats for coverage aren't the greatest, 92.4 passer rating, but only 38 completions on 63 attempts, 466 yards, 3 touchdowns. If he can stay healthy, I could see him being a very, very good corner, and he's going into a contract year. So this is going to be what determines if he gets that next contract or if the Patriots are just going to let him go. I talked about it in a previous video. Could you possibly trade him? I don't really want to trade him because of the potential he has. If he stays healthy, which he did in 2024, career highs in snaps, in PFF grades. That's his highest PFF grade that he has had. And we saw what he can do in 2022. But with Alex Van Pelt, you really didn't use him to his full potential. And what I mean by that is I'll go back to that 2022 Patriots-Bills game where we saw him on offense. He played a lot more offense in 2022, and I'd want to see him play a lot more. I want to see that multiple sides of the field. In 2022, he had 18 snaps on offense. He didn't play at all in 2023, so we'll skip that. 5 in 24. Especially when I talked about it, using RPOs. If you can implement an RPO system where you can bring Marcus Jones in as that speed back, that speed tailback, and get Drake Maye involved in the game, get Marcus Jones involved in the game, I really think that this offense could explode. And I really think that Josh McDaniels, knowing as many trick plays as we've seen him call in the last couple years with the Raiders, with the Patriots in the past, I think Marcus Jones could possibly be used a lot more on offense than we've seen in the past. Now, you're going to have him in coverage. And I'm looking forward to what Marcus Jones can do on the football field. But I really want to see him play offense a lot more. He's got the speed for it. He runs like a 4.4, 4.3. So I'll ask you guys this. Would you want to see Marcus Jones play more offense? It's contract year. It's a prove it. It's not going to be, hey, we like you. No. You got to prove it. You got to go out there and prove it. Get your money. And I think you could do most if Marcus Jones plays offense. Type Y for yes or type N for no. My third breakout candidate. It's got to be Pop, right? It's got to be Pop Douglas. And Pop Douglas has just gotten gradually better and better and better in his 2 seasons. He led the Patriots in targets in 2024, and we only had Drake Maye for 13 games. We had Jacoby Brissett, who couldn't throw the ball downfield throwing to him. Yeah, that helps when you're a slot receiver. But going from 49 catches to 66, 621 yards, yeah, your average went down, but you also scored 3 touchdowns. The chemistry is going to get a lot better with Drake Maye. You've been seeing the offensive workouts, OTAs. voluntary workouts are now. I would not be surprised. Actually, I would be surprised if him and Drake Maye weren't there. I think he could be possibly, with that, besides Stefon Diggs, Pop Douglas could be Drake Maye's favorite target. And you saw those stats. Gradually better and better and better. And if we compare Pop Douglas to some of the best wide receivers in the NFL, the stats look really, really similar. Yeah, you guys think Devontae Smith is a great wide receiver, A.J. Brown, Nico Collins. Well, look at that. 68 receptions for Devontae Smith, 89 targets, 76.4. Pop Douglas, 66 receptions, 87 targets. A.J. Brown, 97 targets, 69.1%. Nico Collins, 68 receptions. Cooper Kupp, 67 receptions. All those are very, very similar. And Pop Douglas is only going into his third year as a pro. And when you bring in guys like Stefon Diggs, you draft Kyle Williams, you get that deep threat. I know Matt Collins isn't that great of a wide receiver, but he's a deep threat to bring it downfield. I think this is going to just absolutely spread the field. And what I mean by that is Josh McDaniels loves to spread the field on offense. What's the number one receiver that every single year Josh McDaniels has when he's an offensive coordinator? Who's the guy that always has the most receptions? Who's the last Patriot wide receiver to get 1,000 yards? We got to go back 6 years to Julian Edelman. What position did Julian Edelman play? Slot. Go Wes Welker. Okay. Every single time you have all these slot receivers. And Pop Douglas is going to be the next great slot. And we're going to go see a lot of dink and dunk plays, slants, 2-yard out routes, dig routes, all the time. You're going to see that with Josh McDaniels, and you're going to see Pop Douglas be that guy to catch passes. I think Pop could possibly get 1,000 yards receiving this year. I really, really do. And he's definitely going to be a breakout candidate. I'm guaranteeing it. It's not like potential. No. He's breaking out in his third year in the NFL. Before we get to our last one, you see how old this t-shirt is. There's only 5 Super Bowl champions on here. I need to get on this deal, and so do you guys. Chatsports.com/PatriotsT. It's a Nike t-shirt, and it's 60% off, $15.99. It was originally $39.99, and you can get yours today for only $16. Still got to pay for shipping and handling. Support the show. Support the Patriots. Get your t-shirt today, chatsports.com/PatriotsT. We're going to put this in the comments and description of today's video. I don't like typing it out. I hate typing out things. As long as I can click it, then I'll probably go buy something. So you can get yours today, chatsports.com/PatriotsT. Now the last one I have, and it's Keion White. I really, really think Keion White could possibly break out. The question that everybody has talked about is whether they're going to keep him at the edge or keep him or move him interior. Now, for Keion White, he had a career year in 2024. 56 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 5 pass breakups, and a pass rush grade. Like, look at the difference between 2023 and 2024. Like, completely, absolutely different season from 23 to 24. And you've also just improved the defensive line. You added Harold Landry. You added Keion Chasen. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm really bad with names, man. I'm very, very bad with names. But if you can just, I think it's going to be just in and out. You have increased your defensive line completely. And with what we saw with Keion White from 2023 to 2024, why can't he get better? PFF, yeah, the same PFF that had Christian Gonzalez not as a top 25 player under 25. They said the most underrated player for each team. And they said for the Patriots, it was Keion White. They said, while experiencing a year 2 breakout in 2024, playing a crucial role along New England's defensive line, leading the team in pass rush snaps, 427, PFF pass rush grade, 76.7, a lot of pressures, and a lot of sacks. Like, with Keion White, you could put him anywhere on the field, and he's going to make an emphasis. They're talking about possibly moving him to the interior defensive line with Milton Williams, with Christian Barmore, who thankfully has gotten healthy and been cleared for football. We're going to be seeing him at OTAs. But you can also make note that he drops back in coverage also. 58 snaps last year in coverage. He had a career high 830, and then he only had 522 in 2023. It's going to be improvement from Keion White, and you can place him anywhere on the field. If you need him to play linebacker, he can play linebacker. If you want to put him on the edge, you can put him on the edge. If you want to put him at defensive tackle, you can put him at defensive tackle. And because of what they've done, signing Milton Williams, signing Harold Landry, signing Clavon Chason, signing Carlton Davis, I truly believe that the Patriots, what was one of the worst defenses in the NFL last year, dead last in sacks. Keion White led the defense on the defensive line, and you had Christian Gonzalez back there. I think the Patriots could have easily a top 10 defense in this league in 2025. With their cakewalk schedule, now people talk about, hey, Brett, whatever, it's a cakewalk schedule on paper, but you got to play the games. Yeah, so what? This edge depth chart shows just how improved it's going to be. I don't even have Keion White in the top 3, and he is easily one of the best pass rushers on this team. I don't know. There's so many at this point. There's so many players on this defense that Mike Vrabel and Elliott Wolf have prioritized to get them into being a top 10 defense. And can it just be August? Can it just be September already? Please, for the love of God. I need football here. I'm getting the itch. I'm starting to get the itch. I've gone to back watching old games of Patriots. That's where I'm at right now. It's unbelievable. Who do you think could be a breakout candidate in 2025? Let me know down in the comments section. It could be any player on the Patriots. It could even be a punter or a kicker. It doesn't matter. The obvious one's Drake Maye. My sneaker one, my sleeper pick is Pop Douglas. Let me know down in the comments section of today's video. And also, don't forget to subscribe. We're on our way now to 27,000 subs. Hit that big red sub button, turn your notifications on, and give me a follow on Twitter at @TheRealAlper. As always, let's go Pats.